Do you love puns? Do you love wine? I love puns and I love wine. In this video, we're going to be looking at puns about wine. If we haven't met before, my name is James Follent, and I believe the world of wine is beautiful and complex, so I create videos for wine lovers to learn more about the world of wine. We're going to be looking at puns about wine puns. Hope you enjoy what it is and get to be the judge. What's good puns? What's bad puns? What are mediocre puns? Are they all great or are they all average? And we'll get to see that together. So let's jump into the screen share. So looking at 30 of the punniest wine puns you can find, compiled by Wine Design. So love them or hate them, there's truly something about these wine puns. Grab your friends, grab a bottle of your favorite drop, maybe even a nice cheese platter, and read out these grape puns, like great puns. They also could be future caption ideas whenever you've snapped a photo of a glass of wine in hand. Hashtag Wine Wednesday. It is Wine Wednesday today as well. So hashtag Wine Wednesday works quite well. And whether you indulge in rosé or prefer a full body red or stick to white wine, there's a pun from everyone. So here's a list of their favorite wine puns and jokes for us to enjoy and talk about this evening. So, wine a little, laugh a lot. You had me at Merlot. Great minds drink alike, like great minds think alike. Number 1 and 2 are there, a bit hit miss. Wine a little, laugh a lot. I'm not sure what the double meaning. You had me at go, you had me at Merlot. When one misses the mark, number 2, I might be in the vicinity. Great minds drink alike. I make poor decisions. I make poor decisions all the time if it's about a glass of wine. I think I like those two. They're onto something here. Wine Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday. Sometimes I write drink wine on my to-do list just so I can feel like I accomplished something. That one's a little bit of fun. Someone could be here for the right reasons. They could be here for the right Riesling. Someone could be on cloud 9, or in the world of wine, you could be on cloud wine. Or you could be, instead of like a Cabernet or a Cabernet, it's more like Cabernet. Cabernet. That one rolls. That's one doesn't flow off the tongue as nicely. It might read better. Cabernet, more like Cabernet. Hakuna Matata. It means drink wine. Hakuna Matata. It's a wonderful phrase. It means no worries for the rest of my days. So Hakuna Matata means drink wine. That's another fun one. On there, something's missing. On Instagram, partners in wine, as in similar to partners in crime. That'd be a great caption for a pair of people on a feed together. So no wine left behind. So like no one left behind. So no wine left behind. That's a clever one. Let it be one to use when you're kind of leaving and making sure you pick up the bottles, or if you were going big enough, you buy out the stock. I went to taste a wine and it was sold out because someone had bought the last 30 cases and 6 bottles in a case. So they'd bought like 180 bottles that day, and I just blew my mind that they had that much space for 180 bottles, just like that. So in that case, there was no wine left behind. Sip happens. It's wine o'clock. Stop and smell the rosé. Everything happens for a Riesling, right? Love the wine you're with. Everything happens for a reason, right? Love the wine you're with. One you're with, love the one you're with. Love the wine you're with. That one misses the mark for me because I don't get the reference. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet child of wine. That one, I think, is a song reference there for the double meaning. I need to rewind my life. I need to rewind my life. I think that's a pun on rewind my life. You're the one that I want, but you're the wine that I want. You're so beautiful to me, and you're so bottleful to me. Another glass, why not? Will you accept this rosé? The rosé is coming out. You can't sit with us. I think that's a Mean Girls. You can't sit with us. On Wednesdays we wear pink. You can't sip with us. Time to wind down. Instead of winding down, you're winding down. Time to wind down. It isn't good to keep things bottled up. Amen. That's what I like. Especially for a nice, well-cellared wine. It's not good to keep things bottled up for too long. You've got to read between the wines instead of reading between the wines. Ooh, this is one my wife will really enjoy when we get back to this one. Why have less Scotto when you can have more Scotto? I think it's literally just less and more. Why have less Scotto when you can have more Scotto as part of that? Enjoying a wine Wednesday outside today, a Twitter pic link. It doesn't matter if the glass is half empty or half full. There's clearly room for more wine. It's not really a pun, that's almost like a pithy quote or a pithy saying. Every box of raisins is a tragic tale of grapes that could have been wine. I think that's just another pithy saying. I don't think that keeps doesn't pass the pun test. There's no double meaning there. What did the grapes say when it was crushed? Nothing. It let out a little wine. I think that one does, because you can wine, as in the wine in your glass that is there, as well as wine as in cry. So that one passes. So I enjoyed the good mix of puns. That was probably 80-90% hit rate for those. So let's have a look at a few more. See if there's any double ups, if they're the same, or if they're just more kind of picky sayings along the way. Feeling really grape. It's wine o'clock somewhere. You're my only Riesling. You're my only reason. It's a great day to be alive. Cool. Ooh, that one confuses me. Cool, Syrah. Cool, Syrah. I think Great Minds Think Alike is up there at the moment for me. It's 1 o'clock somewhere is not really a pun. It's more of just like a pithy saying and a statement. Sip, sip, hooray. Sip, sip, hooray. Instead of hip, hip, hooray. That's up there as a good one. Your wine in a million. You had me at Merlot. You had me at go. You had me at the word go. You had me at the get-go. You had me at Merlot. Still a bit lost on that one. Do I like wine? You bet your Shiraz I do. That one's clever. Yes way, rosé. Forever making poor decisions. A bit of twist on the last one. Where there's a wine, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. This one is very much more obscure. Vino Vidi Vici. Wine. I whined. I saw, I conquered. I think that's a play on I came, I saw, I conquered. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. So that's a reference to Julius Caesar, I believe, who I came, I saw, I conquered with one of his battles. It wasn't Rome, I don't think, unless he came and saw and conquered Rome. But Vino, Vidi, Vici. I wine, I came, I wined, I saw, I conquered. Sip, sip, hooray. Sip, sip, hooray. Partners in wine. Say you'll be wine. Instead of say you'll be mine, say you'll be wine. Ooh, sit back and relax. Rosé in a hammock on a hot summer's day. What more could someone wish for in that case as part of that? Say you'll be wine, say you'll be mine. It's an awesome little there. Happy hour, why not? Back that glass up. just a sip to help me unwind. So rewind, unwind, unwind. Great minds drink alike. Ooh. Now you just wait a second is what I think it's playing with. So now you just wait a prosecond, like a prosecco second. So now just wait a prosecond. And you can also read about avocado puns if you want as well. So rise and shine, Riesling and shine. How low can you go? How Merlot can you go? All for fun, all for one and one for all. So all for wine and wine for all. Or you could wake up and be fine and dandy. Or when I roll out of bed, I like to be fine and dandy. Or you could, instead of waving at someone and just saying, hey, normally, you could be like Chardonnay, Chardonnay. Or if you wanted to class it up with some Moet Chandon, I've got some Moet Chandon, hey, which would be stretching it a bit far. Otherwise, sit back and relax. And it's going to be a wonderful day. Come over for a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. That's one I'm probably going to use at some stage. So I think that was a solid 95%. Elite Daily 40 wine puns for IG captions. It's so bountiful. You'll be on cloud wine. I like how they kind of push them together. Doesn't take much to fall head over heels in love with a glass of wine. Once that perfect bottle of red, white, or rosé blesses your taste buds, you might feel inclined to raise your glass and capture some Instagram moments. Since you don't plan on trading in your adult grape juice for a cocktail anytime soon, you'll need wine puns for those Wine Wednesday and Thirsty Thursday occasions and captions. So, whether you're enjoying a glass while streaming your fave TV show or sipping with your partner in the backyard, wherever there's wine involved, you know you have to stop and snap away. You're here for that rosé all day life in summer and every other season, and it's safe to say frosé pictures have graced your feed more than once. So you might as well express your true feels for wine ASAP and start sharing your journey of sipping. What type of wine situation you might find yourself in, there's a pun that fares perfectly in it. Your punny wine captions will send carefree vibes to your feed. If you want your followers to wear a smile just as big as yours, pour yourself a glass and let any of these captions give them a taste of the good life. Such a nice introduction. Wine a little, laugh a lot, say or be wine, we cover them here for the right reasons. Will you accept this rosé? Time to wind down. It isn't good to keep things bottled up, read between the lines. Yep, 12. My day just went from super to superb. From super to superb real quick. Oof, that's a new one. My day just went from super to superb real quick. Adulting makes me whine. Be kind, rewind. Feeling great, sip happens. Once upon a wine, once upon a time. That's a new one. It's wine o'clock. Always 1 o'clock. Give me a little party for that. 1 o'clock is a lot of fun. Let's go. Once upon a wine. Stop and smell the rosé. Is that a yay or Cabernet? That's a new one in the list today. Everything happens for a reason. Is that a yay or a Cabernet? Could even be horse puns. A yay or a Cabernet. As part of that. What a wonderful world. A wonderful day. Love the wine. Grape times. Not whining about this view. Chardonnay. Should I stay or should I go? Ooh, let's get physical past the Prosecco. I think that's Olivia Newton-John's Let's Get Physical pun there, but I'm not sure if there's lyrics in there about passing the Prosecco. let's rewind this day. You're the wine that I want. You're beautiful to me. Another glass. Why not? Back in 2018. So there's 3 or 4 more on there. That was a solid list, well presented. This was quite an aesthetic list, minimal style, plenty of room for some great vibes there. Being able to celebrate that through a little confetti on there as well. That's quite a beautifully designed and aesthetically pleasing website that the Elite Daily have. I suspect that would be mobily optimized to go off on a nerd tangent there for a little bit. The list of wine puns that are a real corker. We hadn't had really many puns about corks. So, wine puns, they're always in poor taste. That's a new one. Don't ask me why I love wine. I have my Rieslings. Don't ask me why I love wine. I have my Rieslings. Wine if you must. It's not good to bottle up your emotions. It's bringing some of the ones we've heard previously together. Some people like big goggles. I prefer wine glasses. Like a pro wrestler in a headlock, I'm indulging in a little champagne. Pain? Like a pro... Not getting it. Champagne, get it? Is this thinker? Champagne. So wrestling, faking. Yeah, they've had to explain it. So fake wrestling in terms of acting. So it's a sham. So they're indulging in a little champagne. Remember to stop to smell the rosés. I like my wine sweet and my humour dry. Somehow they knew I wanted champagne. It was chilling. Happy hours at 1 o'clock. I'm not old. I'm aged to perfection and full-bodied. The problem with collecting wine is that you always end up getting screwed. Vino. Why, yes. I just like classy, old school meme. Don't hang around booze hounds. They're whiny. Ooh. Naughty word. There's that ad. Don't hang around booze hounds. They're whiny. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that on a YouTube live stream. Whenever I feel like whining, I remind myself to put a cork in it. There's hair in my wine. The grapes must have fermented. I was wondering if that one was going to be something about being a little bit too drunk. Gifts. Here you like wine too. Great minds think alike. Why Lescato and Moscato? Why have a Merlot when you can have a Merlot? A little with a lot. Your wine in a million. This wine does not go right through you. Trust me. Your Pinot Noir. Your Pinot Noir. This one is rating highly. You're how old? Pour you. I mean, pour you a glass of this. I heard it through the grapevine that you have something to celebrate. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Wonderful time of the year. Ooh, they've gone off into riddles as well, deviating from puns. Did you hear about the crime family that took over the wine importing business? They call themselves the Sopranos. What kind of wine is aged to perfection? Moscato. Moscato? Moscato, yep. What type of wine is notorious for making you drowsy? Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc, which I find pretty... I almost want to yawn now that I thought about it. Comment below if you yawn too, because I'm wondering if it can be contagious over YouTube like it is in person. And did you hear about the little grape who didn't want to be made into wine? Unfortunately, he was pressed into service. They're coming. This one is my favorite so far with kind of the complexity. And it keeps going. Did you hear about the little grape who didn't want to be made into wine? Unfortunately, he was pressed into service. What do sailors drink when they gather at a tavern to commiserate? Port wine. Because they're in port and they're drinking wine. Why did the wine connoisseur insist on drinking from an old tire? He heard it was a good year. Making the pun on the vintage. having vintage wine, a vintage bottle, and what that can mean and what that can look like. A Goodyear tires. What kind of wine do traffic cops like best? Fine wine. Do librarians like white wine? No, they like theirs well read. What kind of wine do they serve at the horse races? They get Chardonnay as part of that. I think they've done the best so far with the wine puns. Just a big fan of all wording. If their website is a blog about all their different kinds of wording, they've done a great job. And then let's look at 60 wine puns as well. It truly does not take much to fall in love with a glass of wine. Once that flawless bottle of rosé, red or white, blesses your taste buds, you'll feel the need to raise the glass and capture someone's Instagram. That's very similar wording to the previous post we read. So for that, you'll need wine puns for those interesting pictures, whether you hate them or love them. You have to admit there's something about the wine puns. So do not wait, grab a bottle of your favorite wine, maybe some cheese, and have a glass of wine while you read these puns. While you do, make sure you pick your favorite and post a story of it with the wine. Or you can save some of your favorite puns for future when you drink with friends. It doesn't matter if you prefer red, white, or rosé. There is a pun for every taste. Today's forecast, partly cloudy with a 100% chance of wine. Saturday, the only decision you need to make is what type of wine to have. It's not really a pun. There's no double meaning to that. You had me at let's go wine tasting on the couch. Not really a pun. Just kind of a pithy saying, something that communicates. There's no crying in the vineyard, but you can whine. That's new. I don't complain, I just whine. I do yoga to relax. Just kidding. I drink wine in my yoga pants. Just another catchy saying. Wine is like duct tape. It fixes everything. Quite a pun. No double meaning, I don't think. It's just a clever saying. Wine is like duct tape. It fixes everything. I'll always be your partner in wine. Twist on one we've heard before. This home runs on love, laughter, and bottles of really cold wine. I'm wondering if that's a reference to buying cheap wine because you put it in the fridge so it's cold so you don't taste how bad it is because it mutes the flavour. Love the wine you're with. Everything happens for a Riesling. We accept this. Rosé, another glass. Why not? The wine that I want. Time to wind down. You can't sip with us. Adulting makes me whine. I woke up feeling fine. I woke up feeling wine. Some you win, some you lose. Some you whine, some you lose. Sorry, I'm tipsy. I'll call you later. Alcohol you later. I think we're meant to be together. I think we're meant to be together. There's some new ones in here. I'm appreciating it. I think we're meant to be together. I think we're meant to be together. This wine really cast a spell on me. You read my lips. We need more wine. Red lips from red wine. Rosé colored glasses. I rosé all day. The future is rosé. Do not ask me why I love wine. I have my Rieslings. I like my wine sweet and humid dry. Some of them we've come across. I left him on red. You left him on a red wine. You walked out on a date whilst he was on a glass of red wine, potentially. I left him on red in a different kind of way. I'm about to make some poor decisions. Same twist on one we've come across. I need this vacation to help me unwind. It's a new one. Sip me, baby, one more time. Where there's a will, there's a rosé. Where there's a wine, there's a way. A wine hangover is a great depression. If anyone tells you it's too early, drink wine, unfriend them. You don't need that. If anyone tells you it's too early to drink wine, unfriend them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. I love romantic walks to my kitchen to get a glass of wine. Two clever sayings. Not puns. I enjoy a glass of wine each night for its health benefits. The other glasses are for my flawless dance moves and witty comebacks. Just a clever saying. I've learned to use relaxation and meditation to handle stress. Just kidding. I'm on my third glass of wine. Not a pun, just a clever saying. What was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below what you enjoyed the most. Have a think about it. Have a think. Did anyone make you go, wow? Was there a boom moment as part of that? When any of the puns that you really enjoyed that takes you back, has memories to it that you might have used yourself? Let me know what your favorite pun is by commenting below. So comment below what your favorite pun is as part of this video. You might see it appear in an Instagram caption sometime. I'm probably going to use a handful of these in my own social media at some stage as part of this. And remember, the best wine is the wine you enjoy drinking. And I'll see you in the next video.